Welcome dear students for one more class in mechanical measurements. We are discussing the first unit, measuring instrument. In the previous class we have seen angle measurement. In that we have seen the sine bar and universal bevel protected. In today's class we will be seeing the different gauges. So what are these gauges? This is the first question that arises to us. So gauges are inspection tools of rigid design without a scale which serve to check the dimensions of a measured parts. So I am going to check the dimensions of the measured parts, and these are without scale, they don't have any scale. So they do not indicate the actual value of the inspected dimensions of the workpiece. So I will not tell you the actual value of the workpiece, that is they do not indicate the value. This is the next part of the gauges. Then these gauges can only be used for determining whether the inspected parts are made within the specified limits or not. So if you are making within the specified limits or no, this is what you can find out by these gauges. That is, these gauges are only used for determining the inspected parts, whether it is going to specify the specified limit or not. For example, if I take plane gauge, these plane gauges are used for checking the plane holes and shafts. So I am going to check these plane holes and shafts, and for that we are using this plane gauges. That's all. Then classification of gauges. So if I see the gauges are being classified in two types. One is called as standard gauge, that is depending on the type. The second one is called as limit gauge. The first one is called as standard gauge depending on the type of use. The second is depending on the applications. They are called as work shaft gauges, inspection gauges, then master and reference gauge, then depending on the form. So they are plug gauge and snap and ring gauges. Then according to design and constructions, if I see the design and constructions, then these gauges are used as fixed limited gauge, then indicating gauges, then combination gauges, then according to specific applications. So depending on the applications, again they are screw pitch gauge, radius gauge, filler gauge, taper gauge. So these are depending on the applications. Then depending on the design, if I see the design, so according to design, they are single limit and double limit gauges, then single end and double end gauges, then fixed and adjustable gauges. So these are according to the design. Now let us see one by one the different types of gauges. The first one is called as standard gauge. This is standard gauge. In this gauge, an exact copy of the mating part of the component to be checked is used. It is called as standard gauge. Then limit gauges. These are widely used. These are widely used for checking the limit of dimensions of a part, that is low limit and higher limit. You can check the lower limit and higher limit. They are known as go gauges and no go gauges. The name go means it is going to go into the workpiece, and no go means it is not going to meet the specifications. Then standard gauge. If a standard gauge is made up of an exact copy of the mating part of the component to be checked, for example bush of a shaft. So bush of a shaft is a standard gauge. Then limit gauges. They are widely used in industries. I am using them in industries for two permissible limits of dimensions of the parts. So when there are two limits are given to us, I can use these limit gauges. Two gauges are required for two limits. So you have go gauge and no go gauges. Go gauge is to find out the maximum measurable level, and no go gauge is for the lowest minimum level. Then these limit gauges are made to the limits of the dimensions of the parts to be tested. Whatever parts I am going to test, for that I am going to use these limit gauges. There are two limit gauges. So we need two gauges, that is go gauge and no go gauge. What is the meaning of go gauge? Should pass through or over a part. No go means should not pass through or over the part. This is the meaning of no-go gauge. Go gauge, it should meet the specifications. No-go gauge will not meet the specification. You can see the diagram of a limit gauge now. So you have the higher limit and lower limit. So go gauge will get into this, no-go gauge will not get into the limit. You can see this no-go gauge. It is the dimension is slightly higher than the maximum, that is the high limit. So you can see here also the same case with the dimensions of the workpiece. So go gauge and no go gauge for the higher and as well as for lower. Limit plug gauge used for checking holes. So I am going to check for holes. I am going to use the plug gauges. Check whether the hole dimension is within the specified tolerance. So within that limit, if it is there or no, I am going to check. So go gauge I am using for the lower limit of the hole, and no go gauge I am using for the higher limit of the hole. These two are very important for me. So I am using go gauge for what? Lower limit of the hole, and no go gauge for the higher limit of the hole. Then types of limit plug gauges. You have solid type, then renewable type, fasten type, flat, progressive, pilot plug gauge, combined dual purpose type, etc. So you can see the solid type. You can see it is solid in nature. You have go on one side and no go on the other side. So go will get into the dimensions and no go will not get into the dimension. So you can see one example here, which is a double end cylindrical plug gauge. It is nothing but an example of a plug gauge. So you have two dimensions here. So one side and the other side. One side you have go, another side you have no go. Then the second one is called as progressive type, where both are on the same side. They are called as progressive type of gauges. So in the single end type, we have seen they are at the two extreme ends, whereas in progressive type, go gauge and no go both are on the same type of the plug gauge. Then the next type is called as snap and ring type of gauges. The gauge used to check the external details of the product, such as diameter of the shaft, thickness of the block, etc. are called as snap and ring gauges. Snap gauges are used for cylindrical as well as non-cylindrical workpieces, whereas ring gauges are used for cylindrical workpieces. Let us see these two. That is snap gauge used for gauge shafts, both cylindrical as well as non-cylindrical parts. You can use go gauge used for higher limit, no go gauge used for lower limit. This we need to again remember here in case of shafts. That is go gauge used for higher limit, no go gauge is for lower limit. Then snap gauges. You can see the snap gauges. That is, the snap gauges are of two types, that is rib type and plate type. These are used for again external diameter of the shaft. So you can see this double end type and progressive type. So one side you have go, another side you have no go, and the second one is progressive type. So where you have both on both the ends. Here you can see on one side you have go, another side you have no go. So here you have at two extreme ends in case of double ended, that is in case of plain gauge, whereas in case of progressive type both are on the same side. The examples you can see here, snap gauges. Then this is the adjustable type of snap gauge. You can adjust these dimensions according to the workpiece. That is, you can adjust the heights here with the nut. See here you can see the adjustment which has been done. Adjustable gauges. These are called as adjustable gap gauges, where you can find out the diameter according to the adjustment. Then the next type is called as ring gauges. These ring gauges are used to measure the diameter of the shaft. The ring gauge is having a central hole. You can see here central hole. The central hole you can see this central hole, which is the gauging surface. So with this gauging surface I can find out the diameter of the shaft. So you can see here go type and no go type. That is, these are used for checking the diameter of the shaft. Then you can see these gauges. So for diameter of the shaft, when I insert this through the center, it will show whether it gets into the workpiece or whether it is not going into the workpiece. So these are the different types of gauges. Again, one more example. So in the next class, we will take up surface finish. In that surface finish, let us see what are the terms used in surface finish, and then we will take up tally surface roughness, and then coordinate measuring machines. They are coordinate measuring machines, role, and then limit uses and advantages of coordinate measuring machines. Thank you.